Good day, everyone. Our topic centers on parental involvement as one of the components of special and inclusive education. It says here that parental involvement is the active participation of parents in students' educational processes. Parents must engage themselves in the activities that are highly related to the schooling and academic performance of their children. For example, at home, if their children are given take home assignments, it would be good if they will help them, especially on the part where they find difficulties in answering. O kaya naman, if their children are tasked to make a project which is complex and is hard by the students to do all by themselves, then the guidance and assistance of parents are very important. Like me, I still remember when I am still grade 5 and we were tasked to make a project related to sewing. And me, as a grade 5 pupil, still have no idea about the proper way of sewing. That's why my mother taught me and helped me in finishing up my project. And note guys, it also states here active participation, which means that parents must possess the commitment and determination to ensure that they are always part of their children's academic learning. It must not be na yung priority lang ng parents is nakasenter sa pag-gain ng money just to ensure that all the needs and wants of their children are being sustained. Dapat they must also put extra attention to their children, like reading their children books before bedtime. O kaya naman whenever the school calls for a meeting, they must attend in order for them to learn about the educational progress of their children and also with those issues within their children that need to be addressed. And for those parents naman who have differently abled children, they must also find time for extra doctor appointments. Kasi nga, di ba, mga may disabilities or may mga additional needs. Or kaya naman, they must also find time to support the specialist and academic issues that can be part of their children's therapy. Hindi yung puro work na lang sila and nire-rely na lang all their obligations to the guardians or caregivers of their children. It would still be better if sila mismo na parents yung gagawa nun. Mas maa-appreciate pa nung mga bata. Of all people, guys, why do you think that parents play the most significant role when it comes to involvement in students' academic learning? Well, it's because parents are the primary caregivers and had the most direct influence on students' lives. Ever since a child was born, yung parents na niya yung nandun to provide him the most intimate context for nourishment, nurturing, and protection as the child grows and starts to develop his personalities and mature physically, mentally, emotionally, and socially. Parents having the biggest influence on students' lives. Sila yung nagsisilbing role model. And kung anong pinapakita nila is nagkakaroon ng big impact sa mga bata. And this even contributes to the factors that motivate their children in pursuing whatever their goal in life is. For example na lang, if a certain family is granted with a gifted child, instead of looting the child down that may contribute to its failure in the future, what the family do is they show more encouragement, more acceptance, and more appreciation to the child. And because of that positive thing na nakikita naman ng child from his family, is mas namomotivate siya to still continue to show up despite of its unique ability. Meanwhile, parents as the primary caregivers of the students, sila yung nagiging source of love, of care, and support. They make sure that their children are healthy and safe, and they equip them with necessary skills and resources for their children to succeed as adults. If ever man na yung anak nila has disability or any physical impairments, they encourage their children to undergo medical treatment o kaya is to utilize impairment aids. Kasi parents, they want to what is best for their children. Gusto nila na despite na ganun yung situation or condition ng kanilang anak is nakakapagsabay pa rin sila sa classroom discussion, hindi yung napag-iiwanan sila. That's why parents always make sure that appropriate support system and services are in place with their children. Parents' involvement is essential in school and inside home. Yet parents may not be educators themselves, but if ikukumpara natin sila sa teachers, is they have more experiences on the process of children's development. One more thing is, imagine na lang inside the classroom, as a whole na hinahandle ng teacher yung mga students, hindi niya iniisa-isa yung mga estudyante to teach sana about a certain topic. Unlike sa parents na mas natututukan nila yung mga sarili nilang anak. They have all the opportunity to sit side by side with their children. Kaya naman no doubt that parents have better knowing on students in terms of accurate information about students' history and development, their strengths and weaknesses, and even to the family factors that may affect the student's learning. Kaya yung school, they get information from the parents. And they do this via survey mainly. They send the information to parents or the questionnaires rather to parents, and the parents will fill up the information the school needs because the school believes that inputs of parents are instrumental for them to successfully plan and implement for educational programs and related services, as well as instructions and teaching strategies in order to meet the needs of the students and to bring appropriate support with regards to their conditions. Next, let's move on to home-school collaboration. If we say home-school collaboration, this is the time when interaction and intimate partnerships occur between the parents and the teachers as well as the staff members constituting the school where the student is studying. Since parents are the biggest supports and influence on students' lives, it is imperative that the school must work to them in improving the learning development and health of the students. And there are some ways in order to establish partnerships between the parents and the school. First is through problem solving. Whenever problem arises within a student, maybe either its placement, assessment, evaluation, or learning process, the parents and the school will undergo discussion in finding solutions to such dilemma. In terms of learning process sana, when the school and the parents discovered that the current strategies and instructions of teaching are no longer helping the child to learn, then they will plan of implementing more effective method in order to ensure that the child will still receive efficient learning. Let's take the former classmate of my niece before as an example. His classmate has hearing impairment, and because of that condition of his classmate is ilang beses itong nag-repeater. Until such time that they discovered that the current strategies of teaching, which is just using body language and presenting pictures, ay hindi na natututo yung bata, they decided to insert hearing impairments to that child. And since that time, the learning capabilities of that classmate of my niece gradually improved, and he even became one of the top students in their class. And that's how important creating connection between parents and the teacher in addressing issues within a student or within the student. Next is two-way communication. So yung communication between the parents and the teachers happens not only during school meetings or conferences. They can still maintain an open lines of communication via technology-based communication or written communication. And you know what, guys? The more kasi that parents and teachers share relevant information about the students, the better they are equipped with necessary knowledge which they can use to help the students achieve academically. For the teachers, having more contacts with parents, the more they will learn about the needs of the students which they can apply towards better meeting those needs. Say yung one student sana is medyo blurred yung paningin. And because of that continuous chatting of that student's parents and of its teacher, is nalaman ng teacher yung about sa condition ng student niya. And because of that, he will now then make necessary approaches in order to ensure that despite the condition of the student, is makaka-receive pa rin siya ng comprehensive understanding of the discussion. So what the teacher will do now is to let the student sit in front o kaya naman when he is planning to make PowerPoint presentation, he will always ensure that the font size, the font colors can be apparently read by the student. And for us future educators, dapat mag-weekly report tayo. May weekly report tayo sa parents regarding not only the progress of their children but also for some unnecessary observations within the students. Kasi sila yung mga parents, sila yung magiging aid natin, grateful aid natin in order to correct such bad or unwanted behaviors of our students soon. For example, if yung one student sana natin is inaantok during class discussion or used to be drowsy during class hour, and ire-report natin yung sa parent, and yung parent naman, they will make necessary actions in order to diminish that bad habit of their child. Like yung gagawin nila is papatulugin ng maaga yung anak nila, o kaya is they will limit its phone's usage, which may be one of the reason kung bakit siya natutulog. So when we're already a teacher, dapat we always find ways to reach out with the parents of our students because malaking tulong sila sa atin. They can also give insights on the specific needs of the students and on the proper learning styles of our students soon. Another way of establishing parent-school collaboration is during the process of shared decision making. Yung parents, sila yung individuals who had the most vital obligations on students. That is why when the school is making necessary actions towards child's condition is nakikipag-cooperate muna sila sa parents considering the fact that parents have more comprehensive understanding on students. For example na lang, if yung child or yung student sana is nag-undergo ng assessment and yung result ng assessment niya reveals that it must change now the educational placement of the student, is hindi agad-agad or it's not immediately that they will let the child to change its educational placement. Instead, they first notify the parents, ask their permissions and decisions if they will agree with their plan. So, we as future educators must linger in mind na if we're already in the position of being a teacher is we must not make decisions about our students with our own stand lang. Dapat is kumukuha pa rin tayo ng consults from parents of our students kung anong suggestions and ideas nila kasi still sila pa rin yung nakakaalam kung anong nakabubuti sa kanilang anak. Plus the fact rin na sila yung may handle ng financial that will support the needs of the students. These are the ways in creating linkage between the parents and the school and the teachers of the students. And note to us as teachers in the near future, it is pivotal for us to impart in mind the basic concept depicting that parental involvement is the key component to an effective and successful inclusive classroom, as this will serve as our driving factor for us to heighten the establishment of parent-teacher collaboration inside our classroom soon. And for us, as when we're already at the position of being a teacher, we must always be innovative in promoting parental involvement in our classroom, because parents are not only great aid for us in order to ensure that all the needs of our children are being met, and in order also to bring efficient learning and teaching system inside the classroom, but also with the fact that parental involvement can contribute can positively contribute to the academic achievement of our students soon.